What's up, people? Now, just a pre-warning, if you haven't seen this film, you might want to click out of this because there could be some spoilers. As for the film itself, how does it compare with the first film? It's a very good follow-up. Now, the film kicks off with a far more epic and less depressing intro than the first film, where we get to see a very convincingly youthful Kurt Russell ride along Missouri in 1980 with a woman, which in turn provides the backdrop for the story that's about to be told. This is then followed by a hilarious opening battle between the gang and a huge octopus-looking beast. Here we're reunited with Quill, Gamora, Drax, Rocket, and we're introduced to Baby Groot for the first time. He's just so cute. It's a highly energetic beginning which sets the tone for a fun-filled 2-hour adventure. In this film, we get to discover Quill's origins as the gang meets Quill's father, Ego, for the first time. It's a film of family matters, with Gamora's relationship with her younger sister Nebula is explored, with the two sisters never seeing eye to eye. We're also reintroduced to a now exiled Yondu and a brief appearance by Sylvester Stallone. In this film, Yondu's relationship with his gang is damaged as his leadership credentials are questioned and continues to divide opinion between the mob. Now, breaking it down character for character, Drax is a lot funnier in this film. He's a lot less angry than he was in the first one, because he was kind of finding his feet in the first film, but in this film he's fully integrated and he's a lot more silly and he laughs a lot more and he's just more of a slapstick character. His relationship with Mantis is a particularly funny one, as he just continuously savagely just goes in on her about her looks throughout the film. Rocket, as ever, is the same as he's always been, fronting like he's some hard man, but we all really know that he's an undercover softie inside. And then this Baby Groot, he's just, what can I say, he was just such a joy, such a bundle of cuteness and funniness throughout the film. Now, Quill and Gamora's relationship is another thing that is really explored throughout the film. In the first film, the romance was kind of building between the two. Nothing ever actually happened out of it. Gamora was very kind of playing hard to get and all that. And then the second film is more of the same, really. The two don't actually kiss, it's not a cliched build up to the romance, and I like that. It just would have been very predictable. So they kept it as it is, and that's one of the big positives of the film. Quill's relationship with his father, Ego, is one of the main plot points in this film. Now, we know that in the first one his father left and his mother dies. We get to know a lot more about what happened and Quill's family in this film. Ego is some sort of demigod and he can build whole universes over 1,000-year periods. And throughout the film he's trying to make Quill see that that's his destiny and that's within him as well. Quill is not always 100% lenient towards his father. He does have a few questions, as would any child, about his long lost father and why he left him and why he left his mom, you know. So there's always, you know, that kind of friction between the two. But ultimately their relationship is progressing in a positive way throughout the film. And they get to play catch as Quill discovers he's got powers in his hands. This contrasts nicely with Gamora's relationship with her sister Nebula. Now, the two have never seen eye to eye. They're always bickering, like, you know, Nebula tries to attack her and tries to kill her. Now, as soon as they got all of that out of the systems, they slowly try and, you know, build a relationship. And in the end, they end up hugging. Throughout much of the film, the gang spends a lot of the time separated. You got Baby Groot and Rocket, who are left with Yondu, who are trapped. Drax is too busy sleeping and insulting Mantis, and Quill's too busy playing catch up with his father. It slowly dawns on Quill that the real enemy here is actually his father, Ego, who reveals to Quill that it was him who killed his mother. Now, it was kind of, for me, I don't know, it was kind of on the nose for Ego to kind of just blurt out that. It broke my heart putting that tumor in her head. It was a bit kind of on the nose, you know. It was like, you wouldn't tell, you know, your son that you killed his mom. What do you think was gonna happen, really? Do you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe there could have been a better way for Quill to discover the truth, but I don't know. I can't think of any ideas, but I just think that was very on the nose. So Quill gets angry, and from then on you know that Ego is the real enemy and he's got to attack him and he's got to stop him from taking over the universe. Now, he can't do that alone, he needs help. And so the gang teams up together to try and fight Ego. Yondu reunites with Quill and we get to see a very touching and lovely kind of turn to Yondu's character. Now, we know from the first film that Yondu and Quill, they've got a lot of history, and that Yondu was a big part of Quill's upbringing. They might not be blood related, but that doesn't matter. The relationship is there, and it was very sad to see and touching to see Yondu sacrifice himself to save Quill. That was a very nice kind of, resolution to his character. And it's sad to see that he won't return for the third film that's been announced. Yondu, we'll miss you. So overall, the film was hilarious, it was fun to watch, it was pleasant, a little slow in some areas, but ultimately it was a great watch, very entertaining. So my rating for this film, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Very solid rating from me. I think it's as strong as the first one. They're on the same level, so I'm really happy about that. Marvel did a great job with this one, and I can't wait for the third one. So that was my review on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thank you for watching this video.